Hi, good morning, Vaishali. Hello. Hi, Vaishali. Good morning. Are you able to hear me?
हाय मनिंदर।
Hi, Vaishali. Good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग। ऑडिबल है क्या? आवाज सब ठीक है?
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल सब ठीक है. I think you joined with another system too, or it is just showing to me only.
एक सिस्टम ही क्या हुआ है?
ठीक है.
लेट मी चेक।
Everything is fine. कैमरा भी ठीक है और sound is okay.
ग्रेट, परफेक्ट।
Okay, then like you can switch off your camera for the timing, and I will invite you once we started.
कूल।
Oh,
ओके, थैंक्स।
thank you. Hello, everyone. Good morning, and thank you for joining. So we will start in next 5 minutes. By that time, like we will wait for others also to join. And by that time, if you can type in the chat box from where you are joining us today, and anything you want to share, if you have any expectation from this session, we will happy to know that from your side. Though I have received your questions too, and we will try to answer all your questions during our session. And by that time, like, please feel free to introduce yourself, or if you want to share, like from where you are joining us today, please feel free to type in the chat box. So we will take another 2 to 3 minutes. So we are waiting for a few more people to join, and after that we will start. Hi, good morning, Anandra. Thank you for joining us from Delhi today. Hi, should I call this like Angha from Mumbai? Thank you so much for joining us today. So we will take another 2 to 3 minutes more. And let me tell you, by the time, like today we have with us our speaker already joined us, and shortly, like I will invite her, and we will start our session. And during this session, like the first half of the session will be question and answer with me and the speaker. And at the end of the session, we will take your questions also, your queries also. We will be more than happy to answer your queries. So please have some patience. We will try to answer all your queries during our conversation. And at the end of the session, we will take your question also if we are not able to answer any of your queries. And along with that, like after this session, you will get an option to share your testimony also. Please, once we completed our session, please feel free to share your feedback also with us. It will be beneficial for us for the future improvements. So please don't forget to do that. Hi, Priyanka. Thank you so much for joining us from Mumbai. Hi, Abhishek. Thank you so much for joining us from Thane. And like after this session, I will share. Hi, Anilji. Thank you so much for joining us from Delhi. And like after the session, I will share a list of the some resources also, like which will be beneficial for you. For example, and we have created a toolkit for the CV upgradation. We have created a toolkit for CSR, about CSR. So we have put it all the document at one place so that it will be easy for you to, if you want to learn something from or about CSR, you will learn through that toolkit. And I will share a full list of certifications also. You will receive all these documents through email. I have all the emails which you have shared during your registrations. Hi, Rafia. Thank you so much for joining us. So we will take 1 more minute, and after that we will start. So I was talking about the resources. And all of these resources are free of cost. So you don't need to pay, or you don't need to do anything for that. So I will share all the list of resources via email. So you can download them, or you can access them whenever you want. Everything is available on TopMed, and it's free of cost. So if you want to upgrade yourself, it will be super beneficial for you if you are looking to upgrade yourself or you want to add some added advantage on your profile. So 1 more minute, and after that, we will start our session. So we have around 50% of the people, those who have registered, are there already here, and others will join by the time like we will start. During our conversation, they will enter in this chat. And please like keep yourself on mute. I think everybody is aware about this because we are doing this from a long time now, and we will definitely like take your question. If you have anything came in your mind in between also, please feel free to share also. And let's I think now formally start our session. Now I request and I would like to invite Vaishali, who is going to like share her experience today with us. Hi Vaishali, are you there?
Yeah, hi Maninder.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us today. And so we have like around 14 people, and rest will join during our conversation. So let me quickly introduce Vaishali. I will not take too much time. So Vaishali completed her master's from TIS in MSW, and after that she worked with multiple organizations such as Piramal Foundation, where we worked together. And after that, she moved to Room to Read India, and she was working with the Ministry of Education also on the STAR project. And currently, she is working with KPMG as an consultant of education and skilling. Please correct me, Vasali. And now, like, I would like to know from you that from your journey from TIS to KPMG, how you make it, Vasali. If you briefly share about your journey, your experience.
Sure, sure. First of all, thank you, Maninder, for inviting me here. And I can see that varied group of people have joined with experience, without experience, freshers, and from Bombay to Delhi. It's very exciting to look forward. And as Priyanka also mentioned in the chat, I'm also looking forward to this insightful session. And I hope to learn. I also hope to learn from this, getting to know each other and in this journey. So, if I talk about my journey, so initially I have done my bachelor's in commerce. I'm from a different background, and I was love in numbers. And I feel this session that you have created, some of us may agree that we didn't at our time didn't have this kind of career counseling session wherein we are guided towards which path we want to go or what is our passion and interest. So at that time when I was in my 11th or 12th, I was interested towards numbers and everything. So I did my bachelor's in commerce, and around about 3 years I was in that industry working as a accountant, and I also pursued CA for some part of my life. I liked the numbers, but it was not my passion, or somewhere my heart was not in it. So I tried to look forward. So whenever I was, due to my experiences of education or my life, I was engaged in conversations for child health, mental health, education. These topics interested me. So I tried to move towards those areas, and that led me to my master's in social work. And I think that was a kind of turning point in my life, wherein after that I was more interested towards child development, education, and I think those areas, wherein Piramal Foundation was, I think, one of the key factors of my interest towards teacher education and enhancing child development, etc. Think during Piramal Foundation, I got to know different aspects of workshop designing, teacher training, understanding the area of the school education per se. And I think my journey, which triggered me to KPMG, was asking questions to myself constantly that what more I want to learn. In Piramal Foundation, I got to learn about teacher education, teacher trainings, etc. But I was not engaged directly with children, which I found in Room to Read. Room to Read, I was constantly engaging with children, talking about life skills, talking about education, etc. Uh, the thing that led me to consultancy was to understand what more than implementation I want to learn. I had gained a knowledge about implementation, but I wanted to make some more changes in terms of strategic planning, policy making, etc. I think that led me to consulting, and here I am now, wherein my interest towards numbers and social impact both marry here. Maninder, you're not
Yes, as you mentioned that you started with the numbers and eventually like you move towards to the social sector. And I think everywhere now these days, I think data is the new fuel for every sector,
right.
even for the social sector too. So, what like if I particularly ask you that what changes you made which led you towards KPMG? Anything specific which you want to share?
Yeah, so for example, as I also mentioned earlier, that constantly I wanted to know that what additional things that I want to learn. So, for example, when I was in Piramal Foundation, I was new to the facilitation space, wherein so I did courses on facilitation training. Now, when I am in here in KPMG, the consulting was a whole new world for me. It was a different. So the way you talk, the way you see is different. In development sector, we talk about what impact we are making, or what are different changes, or what are the different uh, modules development, or what we need to do at a first level. But when we talk about consultancy, we need to think of a larger impact space. We need to talk about shifts in policy, shifts in our language, shifts in what additional things that we want to make, so that we give a larger impact. So I think the language of consultancy was something that I had to learn. Apart from that, I think the way you manage team, the way you manage your communication with the client, with so you need to have an empathy when you talk with your client also. Here we mostly have clients with government clients, wherein we can't be so authoritative. We need to have a space of being authoritative, at the same time being empathetic, being submissive. You can't be too submissive also, but there's a thin layer, a silver lining, which you need to maintain. So I think my communication skills have improved. I had I had to do more understanding about data analytics. I think the love for numbers helped me, wherein it was easy for me to get into data analytics part and understand finances, understand financial management, how the states work, how the policies are working, understand about procurement policies, understand different bid proposals. So whenever we are working with government, it is important to wherein the tenders are getting processed. So a lot of new knowledge has to be done. So I think that helped me, wherein I constantly question myself and to my team. I think that helped me to gain more and more knowledge.
And I think in today's time, asking question is more difficult for everyone. Like I have seen this thing where like there are many job seekers who reach out to me and they just they are not asking anything. They just want a job. And if I start asking them why they want, what skills they have, have they upgraded themselves recently or not? And if you start questioning to them, I think they stop, and after that they don't need a job also. They start saying to you that why you are asking so many questions about it. And this is, I think, if you are asking question yourself, you will be a better person in your career too. So Vessel, is there any course or certification which you have undertaken to upgrade yourself so that you like land for a good opportunities or for your professional growth too?
Yeah, so I have done a few courses on project management, wherein you understand the whole process of how the project management is done. Apart from that, I have done a few courses on risk process management, wherein so in consultancy you need to understand the risk processes, wherein it doesn't impact your firm or the client in any negative way. So those were some of the courses that I did. Apart from that, making impactful decks, presentations is a very important skill. So that also I had to learn. I think that in my consultancy firm, I prepared n number of decks and presentations. I think that has as an n, and you need to uh, you don't need to you need to constantly find opportunities. So it's a very competitive space, wherein everyone is trying to do or trying to make their own space. So you need to constantly push yourself and find those opportunities wherein you stand out from the crowd. So I think I tried to do more and more courses. I think that helped me to stand out in my firm. And there were also some spaces wherein I have prepared a few decks for the PM also, wherein during a national conference.
And I think it's a big one that if you are directly like preparing deck for the Prime
Yeah.
Minister of India. So, uh, will you please share two to three key skills which you think that anybody, those who are right now working in the CSR or NGO sector, they must upgrade themselves, or they have to that these skills need to be there. For example, in today's world, everybody is talking about AI, and nothing is possible without AI. So will you please like share any two to three key skills which you think that need to be there on a CV, those who want to transit from CSR or NGO to consultancy firms?
So I think firstly we'll begin from the master's or post graduation course that you do. So if you want to move into this education and consulting space or government and public sector space, you need to have masters in and you need to have MBA. You can do masters in social work. Public policy management courses are there. So you need to first have a master's degree properly, which aligns with public policy management, MBA, finance management, etc. After that, if we talk about during the on the job trainings, if I talk about on the job trainings, you can do data analytics course, you can do uh, enhancing your presentation skills. And I think you need to be open to change. One of the soft skills, if I talk about it, you need to be open to change. There's a constant change that's happening. You can't. So you need to also have adaptability of. So when you talk with the client, you have a passion for it, but the client doesn't have a passion for it. But sometimes the client is the god. You need to say what the client does. So I think you need to constantly change and constantly adapt to new skills. As you also talked about AI, I think the skills of Gen AI. There are a few courses wherein Gen AI with public policy online courses are there. I think that would be one of the helpful courses for transitioning to consultancy space, wherein so only Gen AI can also not help. You need to see courses which marries an additional skill of Gen AI with financial management, Gen AI with public policy, or etc., which can enhance your horizon. Yeah.
And I think like public policy is one of the key factor, like if you're working directly with the government, because there like you are directly engaging to implement or to improve the policies which are right now available with the government, or if government is planning something new. I think you rightly said that, and there are multiple courses like these days. It's not about like on one skill you will survive in this sector, because if you want to grow in this sector, you need to be multitasker also, and you need to have multiple skill on your profile. You
Correct.
rightly and like when you were saying that you improved your communication skill because you are dealing with multiple stakeholders too. So like if you are not a good communicator, then like it will be a barrier for you to grow in this segment. So, like, is there, if you can share, have you done any planning, or it was like a very smooth transaction for you, or if you want to share any plan, if anybody want to work with the Big 4, like, is there anything in term of planning, if anybody want to do this transaction?
I think it was a smooth transition for me. Uh, I This is my favorite thing, which I have already repeated it. Ask questions. Don't shy away from asking questions. Ask questions to yourself. Ask questions to your peers, to your mentors. I think that helps you. That helps the transitions to get smoother. So at each space I questioned myself what additional thing I wanted to learn. So I think the development sector is, you can't directly jump to consulting also. You need to have understanding of the ground. You need to have the understanding of implementation first, I feel. Because these helps in the consultancy world. If you have an experience of ongoing implementation, if you know how the teachers train. I am from the TPD background, so For example, if I talk about teacher training, if you don't know how long the teacher training has to be done, first you need to train master trainers, then you need to do this. There are several steps in teacher training. You need to first understand how the teachers behave, what kind of teacher training interests teachers. This has to be a base, has to be built. In consultancy, when you approve or disapprove things, if you don't know what impacts teacher or what kind of steps has to be undertaken, you will directly disapprove many of the things which will ultimately impact the state. So first, I think you need to get a bit of understanding of development sector before moving on to consultancy. It will enhance your practice, I feel.
And I think it will create a very good foundation too for an professional those who want to transit towards the
Correct.
consultancy firm, because through uh, uh, like working in the development sector will give you an very good understanding about the field also, that how things are working, or how what is happening actually on field, and what will work and what will not work.
Also, when you
Yes.
also when you are working in the development sector, you also need to shift transit slowly what kind of language you are speaking. You need to enhance your skills on stakeholder management, leadership, the way you talk about public policies. You need to have a understanding of a larger vision at the policy level, that what's ultimately where it's ultimately impacting. So when, for example, when I was in room to read, it's an immediate impact that you get. Room to read or Grammar Foundation, wherein you are putting any initiative, you get an immediate satisfaction that how this has been helpful or how this is impacting the stakeholder. But in consultancy, doesn't happen. You can't immediately know that what you're doing, how it's impacting. It's a long term process, so you need to have that sense of hold also, that you can't get an immediate, but ultimately it's getting impacted, if that is what drives you.
Yes, definitely. And I think patients need to be there always, like wherever you are working, because like if you are impacting a larger community, then things will change slowly. Like when we talk about education, it take almost 12 years if we are directly working with the student, and that patients need to be there everywhere, either it's in job search or in transaction also. So we already talked about the soft skills. Now I will like move towards next question. And it is the it's a very interesting question for me also. I want to know from your side also that and like as you are mentioning in the beginning of the session also, that in our time we are not able to find these kind of career guidance sessions. So have you like ever had any mentor in your career which is there anyone who helped you to take a good decision, or help you to grow also, uh, or how did you find good guidance in today's world, because as you are mentioning that competition is too high. If anybody want to or if anybody is looking for a good mentor, how they can find that?
I think definitely mentors help a lot. So it has helped me since my school education. So there was a beautiful teacher. I still remember her. I don't talk to her so often. I just message her maybe on Teachers' Day or Guru Purnima. But I think that teacher has impacted me a lot. I think that has helped me to gain self confidence in myself during the school education. And at every space in during my professional life also, there were a few mentors who helped me. I think the questioning skill which I tell, and one more skill of having empathy, I think that I have learned from few of my mentors during my professional life. So I think uh, you need to align what first you want. You need to talk to yourself first, that what's your vision, where your interest and passion lies, and then accordingly connect with a mentor maybe who can help you enhance those skills in you. So constantly you so it doesn't necessarily have to be in your professional space or so. You can also get in touch with professionals through LinkedIn, through attend various conferences, events, workshops. So for example, if you're interested in early childhood, keep looking in LinkedIn whether any workshop or events are happening around it or not, wherein you can go there and find some mentors there. Connect with LinkedIn. Don't shy away from connecting people on LinkedIn. So if you message, people will respond, people will happy more than happy to guide you. So don't shy away from texting anyone. Yeah.
And I think these days people think, or what people usually doing on LinkedIn, let me tell you, like it's in fact also every day, like I receive more than 100 plus DMs, and most of them start with the hi, hello, and I want a job, and that's all. That's the message what I receive. I think that need to be more professional if you are reaching out to someone to get
Hmm.
help or any guidance also. So you rightly said that like we need to explore all these social media handles also. There are multiple webinars which are happening because in social sector people used to say, and it's a very common saying also that without networking you will not get an even an you are not able to get a good
Right.
job too. But I think it's more about networking, that you can build your network at your own in today's world.
I think
Yes.
likely, as you said, that people just message you for job. I think that won't get you responses when you just message that I want a job. People, because all the people don't have job all the time, so they also feel guilty of that. I'm not able to provide job. What should I respond? So keep it open, like keep it from your beginning of the journey, that make connections so that when you want to reach out, uh, they won't shy away from not responding. So keep a message open that you just are connecting for future purposes of collaborative collaborations and everything.
Yes, definitely. So, like when we were talking about certification, do you have any suggestion for the beginners, like maybe those who want to enter in this segment, or those who just started their career or want to start right now, they are studying, like for the student, is there any course which is available if they want to upgrade themselves or if they want to learn something?
So yeah, there are multiple courses available on Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn Learnings, wherein you can go on for project management courses. Excel and data analytics courses are there. Like I said, Gen AI with public policy courses are there that you can. So there are multiple wherein hybrid courses are also there, online courses are there, free courses are there, paid courses are there. It depends on what at what juncture you are trying to get into that course, or just want to enhance your understanding. You can go for free courses, but I would suggest you can go for a minimal paid courses which are available in Coursera from a reputed university like University of Michigan, Liverpool. ISB provides some courses, so you can try onto pursuing those courses that will help you enhance credibility in your resume.
Yes, definitely. And LinkedIn is providing 1 month free of cost premium services also. And during that 1 month, people can utilize or they can like enroll for n number of courses on LinkedIn itself. If anybody want to learn something new. So, yeah, like we have talked about your journey. You shared about courses also. But I want to know the other side also. Do you face some challenges also while switching your role or learning new things? How did you deal with them?
I think it definitely challenges. You will face challenges when you shift roles. There's new team, there's new kind of demography that plays into role. There are new mentors, there are new managers, a new kind of work that you face. So that definitely happened, and specifically while shifting from development to consultancy sector, it was a total a different ball game wherein you need to first, there are tons of courses that you need to do when you enter a consultancy. They provide you with n number of courses, so initially 2 3 months you just engage with various type of trainings and courses that even help me to navigate. And I think, one again, I'm telling that I ask questions to my mentors wherever I'm facing that if I'm making any mistakes, you need to build clarity. So it's better to give a proper work than giving an uncompleted work wherein you need to work on it again. So whenever you are given any task, feel free to ask questions, feel free to build clarity on that. I think that helped me to navigate. And yeah, there were many jargon heavy discussions. That was the challenge when I faced, wherein they used to uh, terms, abbreviations for everything, and there are very jargon heavy discussions in a consultancy firm. And the client also has, so I think that I had to first understand, as I said earlier also, that I had a background in finance. So I think that also helped me to navigate it better. I think you need to have uh, You need to be easy with numbers. You need to, that's an important thing, wherein you can't shy away from numbers. You have to deal with it. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And these jargons are actually new everywhere, wherever you go. So, like when I was working with one of the corporate, and like during COVID time, I joined them. So, and like after a month, it's about the budget management, and they started asking me that put this in JFM, put this in MHM, and do. And I was so confused because during COVID time, you don't have anyone who is there with you in physically. So yeah, it's if you are not going to ask question, if you are not getting clarity, then it will be difficult for you. You will struggle with that in your career. So
Correct. So, sorry.
yes.
So, this is very important because there are multiple short forms or multiple jargons that people use, and you might feel that I might be looking stupid if I ask the question. I think they, because the people say it in a slowly, in a such a smooth way that they feel that you might be understanding this term. So at that time, you might feel shied away that I can't ask the question that what's the full form of this, but it's okay, you can ask. No, no one will judge you if you judge yourself.
Yes, definitely. And like before moving ahead towards the audience, I have one last question from you. If you give one honest tip, suggestion to like it will be for anyone, for the younger ones also, those who want to enter in this segment, and for the professionals also, those who want to do a transaction from CSR to or NGO or development sector to consultancy firm. Any one single tip which you want to give that this is most important that anybody need to do.
I think it's a journey. Just enjoy your journey. Don't compare your journey with others. It's your journey, and each and every experience that you have across your professional and personal life will help you grow. So don't shy away, or just take a pause and look at what you want to learn, and just go with the flow. And don't chase titles. I feel the if you so the titles that you have in development sector and the titles that you have in consultancy are different. You are a consultant uh, in a consultancy firm, and a manager in a development sector are different. So don't compare your titles with your peers or colleagues. You just go with your journey, and everything is important, I feel.
Yes, and I think if you join, if you enjoy actually your journey, you will not worry about what position you are going to take up in your next role, or how much you are paid for that if you are enjoying your work. And that is, I think, most important. So thank you so much, Vaishali. The session is open for the audience. If anybody have any question, and I will request everyone, uh, if you can switch on your cameras too, it will be like really helpful for us also to see that with whom we are interacting right now. So like if it's possible for you. And now like session is open for the question. Please raise your hand and go ahead. Yes.
Yes.
So we have first question from uh, like anybody want to start? Please go ahead. In, yes, please go ahead.
Should I ask my question?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah. Hi, Vaishali. Thanks a lot for the insightful session. Many of the points that you have mentioned, I agree with because I have been in academic come research organizations linked to the development sector for like over 8 years now. So my question is, I have been on a maternity break since 2021, but I have not been completely out of full time, like out of work. Like I have done some small projects, and there was one consulting role that I had done. It was for 1 year, but because of some reasons they were extending, but I left. I don't want to get into that. So my question is, I have experience in so many domains which are common with the big four. And I agree, I have not done the courses that you have mentioned. Now I recognize the importance of that. So how best should I position that kind of experience in my CV? Because these days there's a lot of stress on having including metrics and all these things. But the kind of work I have done, I'm not sure. Like, I have worked with the ministry, I have worked with state governments. I'm not sure how I should, because that is not the focus in that kind of domains, right? You
Correct.
get, like, when it's a not profit organization, then it's not the focus where you have stress on metrics. So, which is why I want to get a clear picture on how should I position my maternity break, as well as how should I present my resume in that way.
So I think first of all, as you also mentioned, that you can pursue a few courses which are more generic, which are not specific. Like for example, if you talk about instructional design course, that becomes a too specific course, wherein you just get into a few type of roles. But if you talk about project management or data analytics, that will get you into various type of roles. The next is to follow a few of LinkedIn pages of few Big 4 or whatever you want to pursue on, wherein you'll get to understand different type of roles that are coming up, that are getting opened. uh, and you can't fix your resume. You need to change your resume for each and every position. So you need to change your resume according to the position that is being asked for. So maybe you might be having five different kind of experiences in five different organizations, but align them to the opening that is being talked about. So you might be so for example, if there's an opening on teacher training or facilitation, you can, but you have experiences on maybe say early childhood or different other things, but you can position that into terms of facilitation. What for, maybe you might be having some experiences, so you need to change your resume as per the position. You can't keep it stagnant.
Okay, got that.
And
Yeah,
one more thing I will suggest that like CV is not about the position. Like when a job hire like recruiters want to know more about you. It's not about, like, these days there's a common mistake that people use to have an 3 to 5 page kind of CV. For a professional, those who are there in this segment for more than a decade, 2 pages CV is more than enough. And there was
correct.
a study also on that, which was done with the HRs. And the outcome of that study was that HR will take only 6 to 7 seconds to go through your profile to make up their mind whether they want to go ahead with your candidature or not. Not. So those 6 and 7 seconds are more important for you. And in those 6 to 7 seconds, as Vaisali already mentioned, that they are looking for what actually they need, what they have mentioned in their JD. If you have highlighted only those skill on your CV, there are higher chances that you will be selected for the screening, or you can pass screening time easily. And there are three things which need to be highlighted on your CV. First is who you are, what you did in term of numbers. Try to add all the numbers, what kind of impact you have did, number of communities, like if you are working, if you are handling any team, if you have handled any budget, put all the numbers on your CV. And the last thing is impact. What impact actually you created? It's not about the project. People want to know through your CV what you have did, what impact you have created. If you have highlighted all these three things, then there are again higher chances for you to clear the screening round. And if they want to know more detail, they can pick the phone and they will call you, and or they will invite you for first level of interview if they want to know more detail about you. So, and these are the small steps which anybody can do. And before sending your application, like again, I have seen this pattern in the job market that people used to say that they have applied for 1000 plus roles and they are not able to get one single query. And the main reason is that, as Vaisali, like Vaisali is also mentioned, that you need to tweak your CV every time. Every job have different kind of skill set, different kind of job responsibilities. So you have to tweak your CV every time. It's not, I'm not saying that you have to change your full CV, only few words which are asked or which are mentioned in the JD. And that's how, like, you can be a step ahead in a job or in the job hunt, you can say. Yes, Reen, please.
Actually, I have tweaked my CV for quite a few roles, and in many cases, the match was such a good with my experience that I was very surprised when I did not get any call. So I was wondering if maybe the gap has something to do with it, or the lack of mentioning of certifications or any such courses, maybe, because I think presumptions are being made about like what I have done during that time, maybe.
But
So,
like,
because I remember like till last year also when I was looking for jobs, it never used to take this much time to get interviews or anything. So I think that has changed drastically also.
let me tell you, like, present situation. In present situation, it is 1 to 3 months. It's an like a very common thing for the job hunters that this is the time what market is actually taking. So please have some patience, and if you are not able to find something directly, then take help of these hiring consultancy firm. I will share all the details via email to all of you, so that it will be easy for you to find them. So now quickly, like, Reen, and after that we will go with question with Anil. Yes, please, ma'am. Go ahead.
Uh, Right. Thank you, Manandaji. Uh, First of all, I'd like to give very much thank you to Vaishali ma'am and you, sir. Uh, Actually, from my side, I would like to ask a question. Recently, I went through an interview from KPMG itself at Patna. So I was not really aware about the consultancy firm because I'm having experience of 8 years experience in agri input industry. Basically, I have done MBA in agri business. So I thought I need to have been in Patna since my family is here. So I thought it will be like report writing and all, and we used to do report writing and basically analytics, which we have done during our MBAs. So I was not literally that much in depth about KPMG. So when I went to the interview, the interviewer asked me that, "Are you really want to work with KPMG, or do you have any question like you really want to stay at Patna?" And then you came to interview. So I was like, it was like not Big 4 and all for me. It was just like I need to stay at Patna. I really want to ask, ma'am, from your side, what are the basic criteria which we need to inculcate in ourselves so that we can be a good package for these Big 4, apart from this like masters, uh, like from literature, like from report writing and all. What are the basic criteria we need to have inculcated in our tips? So please highlight on this.
Yeah, so I think you need to be very clear on what you want to do. Be concise on how you communicate. Like if you're applying for the position, you need to be clear on why you are interested for that position. So location should be secondary thing. You should not mention anything about location of where and from how you want to do. You need to show your interest that you're aligned with that position, and you need to give them a sense that you are with them for a long term. You can't showcase them that you are in it for a shorter stint. Showcase them that how you will be valuable for the firm, for the growth of the firm, and you are staying there for a longer time.
One more I need to ask on this because it was a consultant job and the tenure was mentioned over there about of on only 1 year, right?
Yeah, so
That's all that.
it's there like that only. So it will be for 1 year only, but it gets extended. So when I was also hired for the initial term, so they usually hire you for a 1 year role and then they extend your contract. So now I am a permanent employee of KPMG. When I was hired, I was a 1 year contractual employee, but based on your work and everything, they will extend you, and now I'm a permanent employee of KPMG. So it's
Uh,
everywhere in consultancy they hire you for a 1 year contract only.
okay. Plus, I would like to ask one more thing. Is agriculture how in which aspect agriculture is being related to consultancy firm? Is there any relation? And since I have
Then,
worked with the greenhouse company and I have worked with Sehgal Foundation also. So
mm,
at Sehgal Foundation, I basically worked with the farmers, uh, worked on the enhancement of their livelihoods and all. But what are the major criteria? What are the major connections from agriculture? From
it's completely connected. So look at consultancy as in at each and every space. It will be connected to agriculture, health, policy planning, water resource management, environment sustainability for each and every space. So there's no block. So if you want to look into this, search in government and public services vertical of any consultancy firm. So within government and public services, there are multiple verticals that are there. So there's GovTech, there's education and skilling, there's health management, there's hospitality, there's agriculture. There are n number of verticals within the subsector. So you can also pursue that. So you need to see which vertical are you looking at it. So try to look into agriculture and GovTech so you can uh, get opportunities there.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, please enlist all those courses in like
Sure, ma'am.
messages
We will
box.
definitely. I will
Okay.
definitely share all the
Thank you.
courses.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, sir.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, Anil, please go ahead.
First of all, thanks Maninder and Vaishali for the great session. Much helpful. Uh, I had two questions. One is like basically I'm a public health professional. I've been in the sector for the past 15 years, largely starting with as a research, then advocacy and implementation with UNICEF, working on MNCH,
Great.
SRHR, and then be with PATH for the last 6.5 years. Largely has been in the development sector side. But with the recent USA crisis, again now
Mhm.
I was again the project as one of the chief of party, which got continued again the first crisis, but again now it has come to pause recently this week. So in this regard, like larger work experience has been the development sector, but when I think of the big 4 aspects of it, the basic qualification of the requirements has been like in terms of be as you said public policy or MBA or requirements from tier 1 or 2 institutes. So in this scenario, like for consultings with public health and undergraduate of bachelor's in Ayurveda, although the desired work experience at all level I have, but the qualification wise, would that be
Correct.
okay for MPH to apply and get through? That's one component I seek the response. And second, like the interview preps, like been there with Path for the last 7 years now, never tried further opportunities as it was the work culture and then were very appropriate and the opportunities were good. So now the transition from here to again explore opportunities for the guidance would be helpful. Thanks.
Sure. So I think, as you rightly mentioned, you need to have a master's in maybe public health or maybe MBA, because undergrad only won't work. So you need to. It's better to have a master's degree, and then because even though you have a huge experience, that can come back as a shortfall. So it's better to highlight that. And oh, you have. Sorry, you told you have a
Yeah,
master's in.
I have finished masters.
So I think
MPH I have finished.
that would also help. That would also work. So you need to see within GNPS. You need to go into health vertical to go through you, because MPH would also work. That also is a criteria. You can get
And
opportunities even though you have
okay.
MPH. Uh, and in terms of work culture, I think it totally depends on your team. So it's highlighted in the social media that it's very stressful, it gets on your mental health, but it also depends on your team and your work culture. So before joining, you can talk, you can get connected in LinkedIn to some of the people who are working in your team in to get an understanding of what's the work culture in that specific space. And I think in terms of work culture, I think KPMG and Deloitte are a bit of at a better space than EY and PwC. EY and PwC are a bit of a more hectic and more strenuous work culture, but KPMG and Deloitte are still at a better pace. And also the GNPS, government and public services vertical, that doesn't have that much impact of bad work culture. Mostly it is, when you talk about consultancy, it's about accounting and auditing space wherein it has a bad work culture, but this area doesn't get so much impacted in these.
Sure. Thanks. Just one last aspects of it. The career progression wise, like from grassroots level, from a district, state, or regional and national, I've come across. So further looking forward for like one is at a national level plus international exposure consultancies. So how we can work towards cracking the international opportunities? A bit on that would be helpful too.
I think you can slowly, well, you can get opportunities. So there's KPMG Global Services is also there, wherein like for each and every firm there are global services which talks about these opportunities. So you can go through that, or then you can talk about the strategic. So there's management consulting and there is strategic and impact consulting, wherein the BCG, McKinsey, Gates, all those firms come into play. So I think you can also get into applying in those areas wherein you can get international opportunities, specifically in BCG. Citibank opportunities are there. McKinsey gives you good opportunity, so you can go into that space for international opportunities.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, Anil. And I think you already there, like before I take last two question from Priyanka and Abhishek, there was a question which I think you already answered about the mental health people are saying that. Is this is that too harsh? I think you make it very clear. So quickly, like Shivani want to ask that she is working directly with the senior bureaucrats, and now she just want to know that in terms of perks, stability, how consultancy firms like are they much better than CSR or development sector or working directly with the government?
Yes, they are. I think you will get good perks. You can get proper insurance services, and everything is very stable. There are multiple. So, for example, if I talk about, they provide different type of training. So they have also maternity health programs are also there. So they also provide trainings on how you should take care of your child, and they have some training programs on those aspects also. So it's a very holistic level of services wherein they take care of you in all the terms. And for professionally also there are n number of trainings. There's a space provided for you to grow continuously. You can also do some courses. The company also pays it for you, but you need to say that how it's going to benefit the organization. But yeah, you can get good opportunities if you're in consultancy than the development sector.
Yes.
But as I earlier mentioned, the experience in development sector is also equally important.
Yes, and I think we don't need to believe each and every thing. There are few incidents which are impacting the I think the whole system, and it is not true at all. It more depend on your project manager or on your team or on your department too. So there are multiple factors which are there, and they have their own perks and do and don'ts. These departments also have because they are high paying and jobs also. So that's why I think they have high expectations also. So yes, quickly, Priyanka, if you can like quickly ask your question and make it short and in one go, please ask whatever you have. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, sir. Hi, Vaishali. Thank you so much, first of all. A much needed session. Very quickly, just giving a brief. I do have like 7 years in impact sector, predominantly in education and anti-human trafficking. So I've led different teams. However, like when it comes to project management, grant management, or capacity building, uh, all the interviews that I have done up till now, so I did complete my MBA in HR because learning and development is where I see myself, like leading teams when it comes to training and process improvement. My major question all through these 20 interviews and the reflection brought me to two major insights, and I would love to invite your take on it. Very quickly coming to the first part of it. Uh, so with Deloitte specifically, when even the interview, like it did have, I cannot say it a formal interview, but the interaction basically brought me to a reflection that since I have been so hands-on with actually, interacting with teams, with subject matter experts, getting partnerships and things like those, my soul might get just limited when it comes to, a strategic aspect of the role that I had applied for. So I
Mm.
think when you're pivoting, like when a professional like me is envisioning to pivot into a strategic aspect or a consulting specifically, what is it that you feel? Does it get really lonely? Part one. second part is that how do you navigate? Because since you also mentioned about your own
Mm.
journey with room to read prior to that pyramidal foundation, so I know how hands-on it gets, right? When it comes to trainings from end-to-end project management, and not just that. It's so one is that. Second aspect is that when I'm positioning myself for roles like these, what is it that one or two major things that I will need to keep in mind? Yes.
Sure. Very interesting question, and I think very practical question also. So I think it doesn't get lonely. You, it's a very interesting job role, that it's a very interesting space that you have been into. I think few things that you can keep in mind is that. As we already mentioned, that you need to highlight what specific you have done. So since you have very different type of experience, you need to highlight what you have specifically done according to that position and role. You can also explore on doing the specific ID courses with gen AI, or wherein they also focus on how the AI is also having an impact. So I think that can put you on a separate lens. Since AI is very hot spot in hot language currently, so you can pursue a few courses which makes you stand out from the crowd. So you can try ID with Gen AI course.
Okay, okay, noted. And do you, and again, just coming back to one last piece, so does it really get lonely when it comes to consulting role vis-a-vis the actual
No, it
development
doesn't.
center role?
It doesn't. It doesn't. You have a. Well, as I earlier said, it depends on your team, and it depends on what kind of work culture your manager is bringing onto the table. So, if I say about my own experience, so the first year that I had, that was a bit of political, a bit of that kind of team, but then the people changed, and now it's all very happy-go-lucky kind of team. So it depends on your team, and it depends on how you take on it. So don't try to get impacted. So be focused on your project, be focused on your own growth, what you want to learn, what you want to. So try to, if you're facing a bit of uh, displeasure at your workspace, try to get yourself going on to some learning courses, try to meet some other people apart from your team also. So the it's a huge gambit of uh, consultancy. There are multiple teams, multiple people working on multiple projects. So get talking on to more people apart from your own team, so that you can stay connected. You can stay connected with people and keep learning. Yeah.
Okay, noted. Thank you, Vaishali. Thank you, Mender sir.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much. And quickly, last question, because we
Yeah.
have almost
Yes.
completed 1 hour. Yes, Abhishek, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'll keep it brief. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. What I want to ask you is probably on the panel right now. I
Please
think
don't tell
might
ma'am.
be the
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but anyone on the panel, please
okay.
don't tell me
Okay,
ma'am.
well
But
got.
please.
So Vaishali, I think I might be the least experienced among all. I think I have 2 years of experience. The first year I was in a foundation where some months I was in a partnerships, and then after some few months for a project management role. And after that, from the last 1 year or more, I have been part of a research project at IIPS in Mumbai. So, like, I think I found my calling in research somewhere, and I have 2 years of experience. Apart from the skills which I can work on and the courses I can do and everything, I want to ask you that is it right time for me to get into the Big Four? That is number one question. And the other is that if it is the right time for me to get into the Big Four or any good organizations like in consultancies, um, do I stand a chance with people who might be more experienced than me? And also, as you know, the competition is rising and a lot of things are there. Um, is it possible for me to crack to it with this limited experience, and also not a one domain per se? Like in just research, I have 1 year experience and a project manager, a couple of months or probably something like that. But I really want to work in a research or something, bring something on the research or the project management. Do I have a chance? That I want to ask. Thank you.
So I think you'll have to gain a few more years of experience. So mostly in all the positions that you have, they ask for around 4 to 5 years of experience, and then get into it. But there are a few spaces wherein there's a short term if you're open to those roles wherein 3 or 6 months roles are there, you can get into that. Maybe that can be your entering space. If you get into internship kind of roles, they can further pitch you in. If they like your work, they can pitch you in into a permanent role. So that can be a kind of space wherein you can move into that. Apart from that, you can try on to getting into internship roles into UNICEF or World Bank, BCG, etc. Because mostly the consulting firms have consortium projects with these firms. So if you get working into those areas, they can you can uh, have a plus one on getting entering easily. Yeah.
And like add on to that, Abhishek, you can try the consultancy firms which are specifically dedicated to development sector. For example, Satwa Consultancy is also there. If you're not able to crack directly to these big four, you can start your career with them also, because they are always on a hunt for the freshers also. And with 1 to 2 year of kind of experience, they are happy to take the new minds in their team. So you can start with them also, and they are also, I think, paying equal to the big four, and you will get the similar kind of work culture with them. So you can start with them also if you want. Yes, thank you so much. And I think, Sivani, I have like answered all of your queries in the chat box. If you have anything specific, please go ahead. If I'm not able to answer anything quickly.
Thank you, Maninder, for all the answers. Basically, my question was more into as we open the LinkedIn nowadays, it's all about ATS score. Like you have to get the more ATS score. I've tried that thing. I have like took help of AI in generating my CV, but I don't think so that ATS score is leading me anywhere. So, can you please help me with this? Is it really about ATS score, or is it more about like getting things into real? Key, I don't have to get a good score, but then again, I am completing all the required qualification and experience. How is it? ATS score or relevant things?
Usually, you want to answer, or I
Yes,
answer?
you can. Then I can add if you.
Yes.
Yeah, you
So,
can start.
Sivani, like, let me tell you very frankly and clearly too, there is no ATS score which is going to impact your CV if you have, like, if you are a good fit for that. Though structure is always there, because there are multiple organizations which are like these days using this software, because the kind of responses we are getting. For example, like when I publish anything that I am looking for a senior, junior level kind of a role, I got more than 500 plus applications. So for that, like for the structure, it is important, but it is not the main or the dominating point for you. That like if you Google and if you share your CV with 5 to 6 different kind of ATS score portals which are claiming that they will provide you very good ATS score, or what where your CV stands. Every single portal will give you a different answer. So there is no such thing and if you are not able to make it anywhere, then again I will suggest that take help of hiring consultancy firms too. They will be beneficial for you if you are not able to crack anything with the direct channel. Yes, Vaishali, please.
Yeah, I would just want to add that when you use AI for generating your CVs, make sure that few things, as Manindra also pointed out earlier, that keep ensure that the numbers are there, ensure that the keywords that the JD requires are matched in your in the CV, and the impact that you are gaining from that specific task is being recorded in the resume, and ensure that the language is not so very different from how you write your own CV, of how you depict yourself. So it should not be too different from what you actually from how you actually speak or how you actually reflect yourself, because when after all the interview will be there and several other things will be there wherein if that doesn't match, and then you won't clear. So ensure that the CV aligns your reflection, your own profile, and doesn't seem to be of Rita from AI.
And like it's my personal experience too, Vaisali, and it's for everyone also, that these days I got lots of messages with the from which are copy pasted from ChatGPT, and they have mentioned on above that please write an polished message for Maninder Singh, and they copy pasted that thing also
Right.
in the message. So you need to avoid these kind of mistake that because ChatGPT, whenever you are going to ask ChatGPT, ChatGPT will provide you some common words. For example, you are leading something, you are standing, so on. So you have to be very specific to these kind of vocabularies. You can take help of there are multiple CV writing tool kits which are published by Harvard, Stanford University, and Princeton University. I will share at the end of the session all the resources with you. You can take help of these things so that it will be easy for you to stand out in terms of CV. Yes.
Thanks a lot. It was really helpful for me.
Yes. Vaishali, are you there?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Vaishali, please, you can ask your question. By the time our speaker Vaishali is, I think she's frozen. Please ask your question.
Sir, actually, my question is like I'm fresher, I'm new, I'm pursuing my MSW currently, and that is not from any reputed institute. So, but I am doing so much to add in my CV and doing other courses from Udemy and also. So my question is your institution make much difference while the hiring procedure or the shortlisting procedure when we apply for a good developmental organizations that are working so good in national levels? Does it make any impact like our institution or brand name
It will
if our
make.
CV is
I,
tailored?
I will say that for the if you want to take a very honest response as an HR from my side, it will always matters. For example, if you have done anything from TESS and if you have done anything from IGNOU, then like it's a set mindset in our society too that and these institutions have built their brand value too. For example, if you are doing any XYZ kind of course from TESS, then that trust always be there in the name of institution. So it will always matters from where you are doing your masters or your any course if you are opting. For example, like if you have done your masters from any tier 2 or tier 3 institution, but after that you can take few good courses. For example, there are multiple IIM courses which are available at very reasonable price. You can go for that because there is no eligibility criteria for that. So you can opt for these kind of short-term courses, even like for social sector perspective. You can take courses from TESS, short-term courses, which are available in the virtual mode or hybrid mode only. So you can take these kind of courses. Even Azim Premji University is there. Indian School of Development Management is also there. They have trust in their name. So that will always matter. But it's not like that. It will be an key factor in your CV that if you haven't done anything from tier 1, tier 2 institution or from a very reputed organization, you are not able to crack for a good role. For example, like I have completed my masters from Ambedkar University, Delhi. But during my professional journey, I have completed few certification from IIMs too. So and that upgradation means a lot, and that upgradation put extra advantage on my CV too. So basically, in later stage, you can opt for good institution, but it will always matter because the
Really
ROI,
got disconnected.
return on investment always matters. That what kind of ROI these institution actually providing if you are doing any course from any XYZ kind of institution.
Sir, actually, my UG is from topmost agriculture institute of India, that is NDRI. But since I am very new in social work sector, and I don't have any kind of mentor here, so by default I am here. But on my behalf, I have did like last this summer only. I have did two big internship. One with NRLM, that is MPSRLM, Ministry of Rural Development, and other with Pratibha Syntech, that is a major textile industry in India. So and with other courses also. This year, a brand name with my PG MSW is really like since I'm searching now, I'm on
Vaishali,
search and for the job.
Vaishali, your voice is breaking. You can switch off your camera and please repeat your question.
Sir, my question is, I have did my UG from the reputed institute, that is the topmost agriculture institute of India. But since I am very new in social work sector and I don't have mentor, it's just out of interest I have entered into this sector, and I am doing so much from my side. But this fear of not having a brand name with my CV is something which is so. In this initial stage only, can I get these certification courses from IIM and TIS? Like I
You
am
can.
in second year MSW.
You can, and like if you want to get something added advantage on your, so you go for the fellowships if you are not able to find anything good, or if you are not able to crack for any good job, you can go for the fellowships too. There are multiple fellowships which are available for the professionals, those who want to enter into the social sector. You can opt for these kind of fellowships also. They will be the brand name on your CV always, because these days there are many organizations which are mentioning in their JDs also that if you have done any XYZ kind of fellowships, then you will be most welcome in their organization, or they encourage you to apply for that particular role. So you can opt for the fellowships too if you want. But IITs, TIS, Azim Premji University, ISDM, these courses are open for each and everyone, and it doesn't matter that whether you are a professional, working professional or not. These courses are open for everyone. You can opt any of the courses.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
So thank you everyone, and thank you again, Sally, for be
Thank you.
there. Like it's more than 1 hour now, and thank you so much for joining and answering all the question and queries. So thank you so much for giving your time.
Thank you, Maninder. Thank you, everyone. It's very good to have more people in my connections, and yeah, hope to stay connected. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, and please, like, if I'm not, we are not able to answer anything, reach out to me via LinkedIn. If you have any question for me or Vaisali, I will redirect your question to Vaisali too, and we are more than happy to answer your queries in future also. So thank you so much for joining.